Hello everybody and welcome to my train room. Today I want to give you an overview of my train room. As you see, here's the train section. Here's my track plan. And here's my work desk. Now, behind the work desk there's a space where I can have 4 tracks to stage the trains. The trains will come in through a hole in the backdrop and be on this level, about 10 centimeters high. And we'll ride all around and we'll see how far it gets. Maybe I will even make a removable part in front of the door so that I can drive circles. That is what my track plan says. You can see that here. These are the staging tracks. Here it goes through the backdrop. I want to make a forest here so that I don't have to make a tunnel. The trains will simply appear from behind the forest. This is the station area. Here will be the boiler house. This will be a paper mill. Maybe there will even be a sawmill here. This is the main building. This is the support building. This is a goods building. There could be a small coal shop. This is a loading track. So you see, it's all there. Then the tracks continue over a elevated track, and here there will be a tunnel. So that's what's going to happen here. You see, this is roughly ready. Of course I have to make fascia, but I do that as I go. And of course I have to make lighting. There has to be a ceiling below it with LED strips. Which I have ordered, but they are delayed. So that's that. Well then, that's for the track and the track plan. Now for my workplace, I've got 2 IKEA drawer cabinets with a plate over it, which is my workbench. This is where I work. I've got some materials there. I've got all sorts of materials here. These are my brushes. I always keep them with the brushy end towards me so that I can see very handy which one I have. If I would place them like this, I obviously couldn't see what it was. So that's my keen little trick. Then there's paint, there's an airbrush, there's some tools here. There's even more paint. You see, I've got oils, but mostly I use this acrylic paint. Also I've got some pastels to make powders. And I've got, well, some other thingies. Then on this end we've got some office supplies, let's say. Here we've got some things to scratch build with, all sorts of profiles from evergreen, all sorts of cards. I've got my electric drawer. I've got my greenery with some stuff to make trees and foliage. And some more things for making green things. These are just phlox. There's some grass here, some foliage. So yeah, that's about my working place. Now, because I have a roof here that is sloping, of course the lower I get, the more space I get. So I have my railroad at about 60 centimeters high, which is quite low, but it is when you're sitting like me on a chair, it's very convenient. So yeah, it's quite low, and because I have sort of a roof on it, that gives me the opportunity to store some tools, some dioramas. This is the diorama you all know very well, with our brave little D3 lock Cupid cell. And this is the birch tree that I made. And you see I've got all of those things here. Now here's my tree factory. You've seen me make trees on my channel. Well, I can make plenty of those. So that's over here. So this is very convenient. This is about 1 meter 20, 1 meter 25 high. So it's easy to work on, and it's very well, very nice to store some things. Maybe use it as a sort of workbench. And in a later stage I could even make an extra deck for my railroad here. Now some tools then. I've got a mini vacuum cleaner, a light for the photography. I've got a foam cutter, small table saw for little parts, very handy. And below here is my compressor for the airbrush. And below it is all boxes with trains and things. So there you go, that's my train room. Thank you very much for watching, and see you again next time.